has been one amazing patio event. I'd like to thank Steve Dolson, Riley Murphy, and Matt Grief for coming out. Really, the stories have been very impactful, and one of the things I want to end the night with is this, when I started networking in 2003, I went blind. I went to Google and just to find some events to go speak at. So I actually got outside my comfort zone, as Steve was talking about. I didn't know where I was going. I ended up going to an event, meeting my first mentor. His name is Max Haroon. And 2 months later, I met another gentleman. So 2 mentors in the same year. And one of the things that, again, everybody's talking about is stepping outside your comfort zone and doing something uncomfortable. I didn't tell you what, because I told people, listen, I'll tell you again, I was made fun of. When I was doing networking, I was the bumbling networker. And people were like, I had the most ridiculous card ever. I had a card with my name on it, phone number, and my Aries sign on it. People were making fun of my card. I mean, sometimes I felt like walking away. It got bad, but you know, I was so persistent in the fact that I didn't care. I had no inhibitions. I wanted to go out and learn and grow. And you fast forward to 2013, and you've done these spotlight features. It started 3 years ago, where I had all these great connections, but there was more than just a connection on LinkedIn. There was someone behind that. And when I started interviewing people, my 6 friends, I was in a mastermind group in 2011, and since then, 50 interviews later, I've done 3 of these events. And not just doing 3 of these events, but doing other joint events with others, meeting great people, really has realized how interesting life we do have. And this is when I did the thing with the contest challenge with Steve Dolson is the fact that, yes, there's a billion people on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, but if you take yourself on there's other things to do. And there was other events to go on, meet people. That time I was spending, I spent doing other things. But we have to make a choice. We have ownership of our life on a daily basis, and we can, as Ryan says, make a ding in it every day if we want. And we have the opportunity, we have a choice. So part of getting connected in the 21st century, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that we have the option to do that. And the book talks about the journey of networking, meeting people, strategies of following up, as Matt was saying, and not leaving a card in a box and not doing with it. So I really appreciate what Matt said about at least calling him a week later. That's powerful because people don't follow up. This is something that I talk to entrepreneurial professionals all the time, and they all say to me, good point. Don't follow up, and that's great. I've created strategies because of that. So obviously there's a need for that. Then about mentorship and what to look for in a mentor. You know, I've spoken for Junior Achievement of Ontario the past 3 years, going to schools and teaching the future leaders. And that's how this book sort of became a process for me and a sort of a lifestyle that I'm living. So this is what I'm excited about doing these events. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. And my challenge to you here, and you watching this video, is that make a decision. Say, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to start a new habit. Say you don't read a book. Read a book. A little bit at a time. I have a good friend of mine, her name is Daisy Assay. She's a photographer here in Toronto. She wanted to become a speaker. She's totally nervous. She got approached by a real estate agent to do a talk on photography. She calls me up. She says, I want to do this, but I'm nervous. So a week later, I sat down with her, did a 1-hour session with her, and gave her a book to read. By a friend of mine out of Ottawa, his name's Steve Lowell. She says, I can't read this book. I go, scratch out the apostrophe and the T, and just say you can. 6 weeks later, she finished the book. She was so excited. I was like, you did it. So, to bring this story to culmination, she came out and spoke at my event at the Microsoft store this past Saturday. She did a 10-minute talk, ladies and gentlemen, rocked the house. That was the key feature in the presentation. I actually had to share this stage with Bruce Willis there for a picture. She was just making a point regarding my smile in my eyes and so forth. But the other day, I emailed her and she said she was so excited. She says, she was telling me, I rocked. I go, no, you rocked. Now, the story proves that she wanted to do it. I was there to kind of push her a little bit, and now she's open to the ability that she didn't want, that she can do it again. And that's, for me, a powerful story that someone had the idea, found someone who can kind of work with them a little bit, and did it. So I hope that inspires you, motivates you to do that. So it could be, taking yourself out of a social channel, starting a book, or doing something. You'd be surprised what happens on the other side. So again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. I look forward to sharing more stories in the very near future. Thanks again. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.